Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
Break.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Play action. It's Smith. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
To try again after the sack. Smith. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
It's hard to believe as he gets that first down, but Sammy Watkins is in his 9th NFL season, and he still hasn't even turned 30 yet. Plenty of tread left on the tires to be a contributor, like he has been with 4 teams over his first 8 years in the league.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap,
you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Now it's Smith. And this is caught by Watkins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Ready, break.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Smith on third down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno down to throw.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now in the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Geno.
That's complete to McBride.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They find some open field here.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Right back to him on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Well, that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Dragon 60.
Back to throw, Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Milton Williams
collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw with Smith.
Able to get this one to McBride. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game. That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll run left with Pollard. And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
Score, Falcons 14, round 7. Robbie Gold has the kickoff.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gold now to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They go play action now. Lawrence.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They go play action with Lawrence.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
3rd and 2, Smith.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Now Gino on 1st down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they
oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Sirline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. From the red zone now, Smith. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Pollard going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
On play action, Lawrence.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So following the failed try on 4th down, we'll change ends and change possession. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, 3rd quarter in Indy. And the Titans really stretching things out now as they've scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Browns drive about to get started.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Darnell Mooney.
58 yards.
And the Browns have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Let's go now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith to the right side, and he's got Landry complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith eluding the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
The offense on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Smith.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Browns.
Mac Hollins, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, for the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second and 6.
Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go. Stop.
They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On third down, Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Pollard. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Okay, ready?
Smith now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And some room to roam now. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. 39 yards there, a big one.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now Pollard. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Now goal for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick six.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta,
lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, the